Welcome to this Everest NTT Data Meet the Expert session. I'm David Rowan, and today in the series, we're talking about connecting intelligent enterprise into networks, how organizations can design their own roadmaps for developing business networks, but also how NTT Data can use SAP tools to help them. Now, this is a big topic, so I'm very lucky we have an expert to help us through it. Very happy to introduce Romain Sical, an expert in supply chain and business networks within the Everest Spain business unit. Romain is in Madrid. He's head of supply chain innovation, and he also has some time to invest in startups. So he knows a bit about disruptive innovation. Welcome, Romain.
Thank you, David. Hello.
We know how fast things are changing, Romain. We know that businesses can't work on their own in today's marketplace. And it takes, pandemics to make us realize how much we are interdependent, especially with supply chains. Now, where I am in London, supermarkets are struggling to fill shelves because of supply chain pressure. We've learned in the last year that we need stronger, more resilient business networks, so we know where everything is and how to get it to where it needs to be. But just give us an idea of what you're seeing, Romain. Tell us some of the trends and what is happening on the ground.
Yeah, thank you, David. So obviously every company at the moment is trying to make the value chain both more transparent and more agile, right? It's now a core business topic for everyone. I think technology solutions in the supply chain area are key to improve real-time information flows and global visibility. So now more than ever, I'd say that supply chain need to be as much elastic as possible, and data-driven processes are more and more key to success. It's far from being an easy job though, right? There is a huge amount of data to process. You have to gather them from different sources so that you can turn them into real business value, right? So it's not data for the sake of data. The big deal is how to use them in day-to-day operation. And conventional methods where you were planning stuff in weeks before and stick to it are not just good enough. Standards have changed. So, which is why many businesses, you may have seen this in England, are moving to digital supply chains. So challenges of the past 2 years are simply accelerating a process that was already well underway.
And I think what we've learned in the last year is every kind of business has to think of itself as a data business. My local church has had to digitize in live streaming services. My local doctor is now offering telemedicine, which it never thought it would do. So every organization is needing to make this digital leap, but they have to do it quickly, and they also have to do it securely to protect the data they're holding. How should they be thinking about both speed and security?
So first of all, I never thought about digital church, but that might be a segment we look into at some point. But yeah, it's I see that as a systematic process, right? It needs a lot of experience, know-how, management capability, and we actually we like to work with a 4-step approach. So first of all, you start by building somehow a digitalization plan linked to the company actual strategy, business, vision, and closely aligned with the challenges that supply chains are facing on a day-to-day basis, right? And second, be collaborative. We establish a structure that flows across the entire ecosystem. So not the company itself, but its whole ecosystem, because it's essential to rely on those guys to manage peaks in demand. Third, link the supply chain initiative I will recommend with a complementary plan, like to reduce inventory, optimize operations, this kind of stuff. And fourth, arguably, I'd say the key to everything is to address your corporate culture to make it more customer focused, right? Make all your company departments understand they have a common goal on the table. The paradox here is that you have a better chance of reducing costs if you stay closer to your customer needs.
This is a lot for a corporate client to be thinking about, not just running the network, but also ensuring the company culture is ready for the future. It's very ambitious. Tell us how SAP can help, how it fits in as a partner to the enterprise in the business networks domain.
So I'd say SAP anyway, has always been a really important supply chain partner, right? Its solution and software are widespread and well-known across global networks. And when you talk about supply chain, having a global reach is mandatory. So I would say SAP is merging now all of its existing procurement, asset, manufacturing, logistic networks into one integrated, unique business network. So this is a potential game changer for large enterprises because it enables a merge of previously disconnected information flows into a unified, collaborative, and intelligent network, right? So it's a very powerful concept, in my opinion. The SAP Business Network is becoming a single integrated platform that enables you to connect with all trading partners through a single directory.
It's very persuasive, Romain, but what does it mean day to day? What does it mean on the ground? What does it mean for changing how the client operates every day?
Yeah, I'd say, David, when all your networks are unified in this way, collaborations becomes easier with a single version of truth for everybody, right? So everybody is playing on the same common ground. It is easier to synchronize your operations, above all your value chain collaboration with your different partners. So, and you are working on the common data model. You've got a set of cross services and analytics engines that all the different partners within the same supply chain can benefit from. So working on the same line is making things easier. By using SAP Business Networks, enterprises will be able to, let's say, simplify supplier collaboration, right? Improve asset utilization, increase service quality, this kind of stuff. So they can do all of this while bringing greater flexibility and transparency to global logistics.
Now, everything is changing incredibly fast. And there's also a transformation happening within Everest. It's moving to NTT Data. What does this particular transformation mean for the clients? How does this change things?
I would say the first thing to say is that some core things will not change, right? We are still the same team. We've got the same existing capabilities, commitment to our national and regional market. So the base is as solid as yesterday's. What will change is the scope and the scale of the business. We are now part of a global technology family. It's the sixth largest tech business on earth. That gives us extended reach, more investment, capability and innovation, more resources. In other words, we have more strength to support our customers, right? It also gives us an even more privileged relationship with SAP. We are more like strongest global partners together. And actually NTT has a strategic agreement to co-innovate with SAP in developing and extending the concept of connected supply chain, right? So for instance, we are working together with the SAP teams on some extremely innovative use cases, including IoT and 5G technology to make like data flow richer, improve remote operation, increase global network collaboration. So we think that with the SAP teams, there is truly exciting area of development, and we fully expect to bring some of this new idea to the market within the next 12 months.
Well, it sounds like everybody wins. It sounds like it's a transformation that is just right for the moment. So you have the privilege, Romain, of working with the big corporates, but also you are investing in some very early stage startups. Now, what do you think some of the bigger corporations can learn from the startups in terms of how quickly they can adapt to changing markets?
So I love the questions, David, first of all. I would say that startup they have no fear to fail. Startup have no fear to fail. It means that it's in their DNA and culture, the thing of testing, making errors, fostering innovation in its actual roots, right? Startup is a great seed for innovation in general, because they've got this as a reason of being at the beginning of the journey, right? Corporate companies, of course, are much more like prudent somehow, go a bit slower and make the move sometimes in a way that does not foster so much the innovations throughout the company culture, right? So this is the reason why the collaboration between startups and corporation, large corporation, is mandatory, right? Because the startups gives this powerful energy that sometimes big corporations forgot about the actual past when they studied the business, right? So that's why I think it's a key point, the main difference between both worlds.
And I think a crucial word you used was collaboration.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to win alone. So the corporate client needs to work with the experts from NTT Data in order to get to the next level.
Correct. 100% agree.